A few more celebrities for that airline. Let's talk now. This LE Miami. You've been at this conference.
Yeah.
Just tell us what it's all about first up.
It was work. It was in Miami.
Yeah,
but I can
sure
tell you it was work. So this has become like, there's a whole lot of hotels going around the world now. Edition Hotels, W Hotels, Morgan's Hotels,
yep,
which are real creative class hotels. They're creative, they're design led, and they're kind of inspired by their local community. So they've literally brought several hundred of them together and about 300 more delegates to this event to meet, share ideas, and to do some business.
So there is work that goes on there, obviously, but it's got a sort of, it's got a good vibe, right, in terms of getting everyone networking and together.
Yeah. They did it like a festival as well as a trade show. So it's a travel trade show. So there's about 40 one-on-one meetings you'll have over several days. There's also a whole day of ideas called Ministry of Ideas, where they get sort of the CEOs of what we call the coolest hotels, but more of the most creative hotels on the planet, get together and share ideas. And they start talking about new concepts in hotels, and they start looking at sort of, you know, what's coming up, what's happening. And this is the kind of event where, you know, 1 minute you'll be having a one-on-one meeting, and then that night you'll be at the poolside of the W, sort of networking with people. So really good mix of creative minds over 3 or 4 days in Miami.
And some of the trends that emerge, you mentioned some of them there, but also local design was a big one. Just talk us through that in a little bit more detail.
Yeah, with local design is sort of that whole idea of when you go into a hotel in a certain neighborhood, you feel like you're part of the neighborhood. And now a lot of ways that's happening now is by having sort of local artists being featured in the hotels. In fact, quite a few hotels now are closing down one night a month to actually showcase the hotel as an art gallery. That's one way. Then the other way is by bringing really good coffee shops or coffee traders into the hotel with the cafe, and then having a really good bar operator to come and run the bar. So more of that local integration, and that flows on to a lot of different areas. You know, I mean, you look at sort of how with Surrey Hills and that kind of thing. This is where you would bring in the best elements of Surrey Hills. The other thing we're really seeing a change in the moment is hotels are going really individual. So when you check into the hotel now, it's not going to be a standard spiel anymore. It's going to be really about, they're going to know a bit about you. They're going to see what you've done when you've stayed there. They're going to serve you a cocktail when you get to the check-in desk, take your bags to the room. So that's the kind of thing we're seeing. And the other thing we're seeing is things like QTC. They've got a barbershop. Edition Miami Beach, Marriott's Cool Brand, had a mini ice skating rink and a bowling alley in the lobby.
Quirky extras to add.
Quirky extras, yeah, it's an experience. It's not about just going in, staying in a hotel anymore. It's about a real enthralling local experience where they'll send you to really cool places in the neighborhood. This is what's been missing for a long time, and this is what these guys were talking about. This is what's going to be happening next 3 or 4 years.
All right, James, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks again, as always.
James Wilkinson, there, editor of Hotel Management Magazine and travel editor of Time Out.